Hi guys, I'm back to do another video. I was all cool and calm and collective until like an hour ago because I saw a picture of Tony Podesta. And I think I'm a little bit in shock. We haven't seen Tony Podesta in months since he resigned from the corrupt Podesta group, and President Trump has drawn attention to him and asked, where is he? Where's Tony Podesta? And he popped up the other night, living it up, hanging out with this creepy, pedophile, enthusiast, joking, probably actually not joking, director named Lloyd Kaufman. And honestly, this Lloyd Kaufman's Instagram page is so freaking disturbing. I'm in shock. I feel sick. But I'm going to try to be as positive as possible because there's actually a lot of really good things going on. Overall, everything's good. But seeing a picture of Tony Podesta really pisses me off. And as much as I know the mass arrests haven't taken place yet, I was kind of hoping that at least Tony Podesta was sitting in a jail cell in Gitmo and rotting away. No, instead he's just, at some nice restaurant, looks like it's in LA, and living it up and with this creepy smile, with a creepy director that thinks it's funny to say he's a NAMBLA. And okay, anyways, we'll just get into it. So last night, Mike Cernovich started exposing Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn. James Gunn is a director for Disney. This man has tweeted thousands of inappropriate tweets, many of them laughing about, joking about the rape of children. And in one of those tweets, he wrote within the tweet, and I didn't click on it because it's illegal to distribute and watch child porn, but in one of the tweets, he wrote that it was a video. He posted a link and he wrote that it was a video of prepubescent, that would be children, teens masturbating. Okay, so, oh man, I'm so pissed off today. So this director, who is a multimillionaire, who has been propped up by Disney, has not one or two, literally thousands of tweets talking about pedophilia, joking about child rape, talking about how on a movie set a monkey masturbated and jerked off and got monkey semen on a child, and he was talking about how fantastic that is. These people are so disgusting. I mean, it's so disgusting. This guy, I didn't know about this guy, by the way. Mike Cernovich exposed him. Mike Cernovich got some tips and went through his tweets. And the stuff that this guy's put out there is so vile. It's so disgusting. And furthermore, the guy, I need to find the other guy's name. The guy, James Gunn, some of the people that he hangs out with are convicted pedophiles. So Mike starts tweeting him last night and exposing him. And I was watching everything going on in real time, and I was tweeting this guy and outing him, and an open secret was, and it was awesome. It was very where we go when we go all night. We were all going off, and thank God this was trending. Amazingly, Twitter didn't catch it fast enough to suppress it, because we know that Twitter protects pedophiles, and they punish people like me who are exposing pedophiles. Hold on, let me find this guy's name because this is important. It's hard to go through all this stuff because there's so much, there's so many pedos. It's so overwhelming. Okay, James Gunn. Where's this other pedophile I was hanging out with? I'm just so over this crap. Okay. He thanks, oh my God. So he thanks a guy named Houston Huddleston, who it looks like is also in the business, for sending him, he openly thanks this guy, Houston Huddleston, thanks him for sending him videos. Houston Huddleston was arrested for possessing child porn, hundreds and hundreds of images and videos. Okay, these people are talking about raping children openly on Twitter. They work for companies that are supposed to be like for children. They're producing movies for children, and they're openly talking about raping children. They say they're kidding. I don't think they are, because the guy that's kidding about raping children, allegedly kidding about raping children, he's not, is thanking a convicted pedophile for sending him videos, and he's posting child porn. These people are throwing this crap in our face. They are throwing this crap in our freaking face. And they're employed by companies like Disney, which we all know Disney's corrupt and it's filled with pedophiles and it's demonic and satanic and anyways. So, okay. Thank God Mike Cernovich exposed this guy, and we all jumped on the bandwagon. A ton of patriots and Anons. We were tweeting all night exposing this guy, and he issued an apology that was total BS. And the mainstream media, of course, is covering up for him, because the mainstream media, that's what they do. They cover up for pedophiles. They cover up for child sex trafficking. They cover up for Pizzagate. And then they attack people like me. They vilify people like me. They call me names constantly. They harass me constantly. They lie about me constantly. So anyways, so many people were so outraged. Thank God that Disney, and so many people were calling Disney, tweeting Disney, that Disney fired him today. So that's the good news. That's awesome. Thank God for that. But on the flip side, and I guess this is kind of a silver lining situation too, on the flip side, it's unbelievable, you guys. There are so many people saying that this sicko should have been fired. Even Ben Shapiro. What is wrong with Ben Shapiro? Ben Shapiro saying this guy shouldn't be fired. What is in your closet, Big Shapiro? Anti-Trump Big Shapiro? Seriously? How could anyone defend this? And a lot of these people that are saying that he shouldn't be fired were calling for Roseanne, who's been exposing sex trafficking, who's been exposing MK Ultra, who's been exposing pedophiles, should be fired off of a joke, a bad joke. That is nothing compared to this. Absolutely nothing. It's insane. It's insane. So, I'm going to get to the Tony Podesta stuff. But real quickly, crazy freaking day, you guys. The storm is just out of control. In a good way, though. Okay. So then on a side note, and this is important to note, especially because this outlet has made a good effort to discredit me and knock my reporting and put out flat out lies. So Reason.com, a little bit more than a year ago, wrote a hit piece on me trying to say that a story that I did on how President Trump is going after child sex trafficking, and he's breaking up a record number of child sex trafficking rings, which is an absolute provable fact. I was going over some numbers just the other day when I was in Vegas at this convention. I was going through some numbers, and the rate we're going for 2018, numbers that I was looking at, okay, the rest for pedophiles, just from 2016 when Obama, the pizza loving, hot dog loving Obama, we're looking at the rate we're going at a 600% increase in pedophile arrests. Okay, so don't even try to tell me that President Trump is not going after the pedophiles when there's been absolute historic record number of pedophile arrests and child sex trafficking rings broken up, not only just here, but in all throughout the world. So the site, Reason.com, I did a story about Trump going after child sex trafficking and pedophiles, which was already, the numbers were already above average when I wrote this article. They knocked my reporting. They wrote a story after I did mine saying Trump's mythical crackdown on sex trafficking. In the first line, they're like, town hall sex crime victims advocate off LizCrokin accuses the mainstream media of ignoring Trump's sex trafficking, which they are. And they were knocking my story, and they're trying to say that Trump's not taking down sex trafficking rings, and that he's not going after pedophiles. Blatant lies. Why would anyone say that? Why would anyone want to report that? Why would anyone want to cover this up? Why? Why are they protecting these people? So, interesting full circle moment here because Reason came out after this guy got fired. Reason came out and said, conservative trolls get Disney to fire Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn over politically incorrect tweets. He tweeted child porn! And they're just gonna say, like, that's a crime! And they're gonna just say, the tweets were politically incorrect? Oh my god, this was Reason. Let me get the guy's name that wrote this. He's an editor there. Robbie, Soave, Suave, I don't know how to pronounce that. So, Reason.com, and this isn't just Reason, like so many mainstream media outlets were trying to cover this up, or they're trying to, they've been trying to sugarcoat these tweets and what's really going on. And by the way, when I got in my feud with Chrissy Teigen, they did the exact same thing. That's why I'm so frustrated because I'm so sick of this. When I got into my little Twitter war with Chrissy Teigen, the mainstream media, first of all, no one from the mainstream media contacted me. No one, except for the Today Show. And then I told the Today Show, I'll only give you a statement if you tell my full statement, you tell the truth. You tell both sides of the story. And they agreed to that. And then of course, they did not tell my full statement. They did not read my full statement. And they lied. And when I got in my feud with Chrissy Teigen, one of the bases of my feud with her is that she tweets about pedophilia, like promoting it and joking about it, or maybe she's not joking, like really sick tweets about child rape and like pedophilia. No one in the mainstream media like covered that aspect. It's just, no, Liz Crokin's a lunatic. Liz Crokin accused Chrissy Teigen of being this elite pedophile, which I never even did. I just pointed out some symbolism from tweets, or just from I just did one tweet pointing out symbolism from her own pictures. That could mean that she's an Illuminati, because that could mean pedophile symbolism. Anyways, it's just, it's so frustrating. So frustrating. So it's the same thing. It's the same BS over and over again. The mainstream media is covering up for this pedophile. You share child porn, you're a freaking pedophile. They're covering up for this pedophile director who's fired, who's friends with convicted pedophiles, who shares child porn, writes sick things about children getting raped and molested. They're covering up for him the same way that they covered up for Pizzagate and Chrissy Teigen. It's the same old BS. And then we have Reason, trashing me, trashing people that are trying to take down pedophiles and like save children, trashing me, and freaking like covering up for this disgusting human being. And it's just insane, okay? So in one of the tweets that this sick director who's not been fired wrote, he got into a tweet conversation or exchange with another filmmaker named Lloyd Kaufman. So Lloyd Kaufman like tweeted something along the lines of that he's in NAMBLA. NAMBLA is a pedophile group. NAMBLA is the North American Man-Boy Love Association. This group believes that men should be able to have sex with boys, with children. So this guy tweeted, made a reference to him being in NAMBLA. And he probably is. He'll probably say it's a joke, but these people aren't kidding. So I go on his page, and 3 days ago, he's out to dinner with Tony Podesta. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. And I'm looking on this page, and this is why I feel like I'm going to throw up right now, and I'm so upset, and I'm so pissed. And I'm like my adrenaline's going, is because I went on his page, and his Instagram page, you guys go on his page, Lloyd Kaufman, Lloyd, and then Kaufman, Kaufman. He's verified, so I think he's the only Lloyd Kaufman's verified. His Instagram page is just filled with like pedophile symbolism, satanic symbolism. He's joking about pedophilia. And then what got me, and this is why I feel sick right now, there are all these photos of children, like babies, like all these babies sitting on the couch looking horrified, like crying. Whose children are these? Like, what are they doing to these kids? It's just, It's just unbelievable this stuff is still going on, and they're throwing it in our faces, and it's, I'm so pissed. Anyways, oh my god, I'm so pissed. Anyways, I can't even think straight. Okay, let me calm down. Tony Podesta, living it up, must be nice. All right, and I know everyone's freaking out because there was a report that Tony Podesta, and this is where I'm going to try to be positive, because I do believe that there's more good happening than bad, even though Tony Podesta is just out enjoying and Italian dinner, a creepy look on his face. This other creepy pedophile. Okay, so I know everyone's freaking out because there's reports that Tony Podesta is going to get immunity, and people need to not freak out, because here's the deal. If he gets immunity in, like, uranium-1, that doesn't mean he's going to get immunity from trafficking kids and raping kids, all right? President Trump would never let that happen. I trust President Trump, and he's never let me down, and he's not going to let me down. He's not going to let you down. But you know what? I trust God more than I trust President Trump or anyone for that matter, and I believe to, like, the core of my being that God is going to take care of all these monsters, especially Tony and John Podesta, all right? So if he does get immunity with uranium-1, who cares? As long as they nail him for something else, the child sex trafficking in particular. Furthermore, you have to understand, you have to remember, they're going to be military tribunals. So anything that happens in our DOJ probably will be a moot point. There's going to be military tribunals. So again, things that happen with the Mueller investigation, by the way, as you know, you guys, I believe Robert Mueller is working with President Trump. The things that happen in the Mueller investigation, it's gonna become probably a moot point, because when they do military tribunals, that's gonna override things that happened in this DOJ. All right, that's gonna take precedent, and so people need to, like, trust the plan and not freak out when you hear things like that from the Mockingbird media, by the way, that puts out BS like 24 hours a day. Tony Podesta, John Podesta, even though I'm so sick right now, I'm so pissed that this man is, like, still out and about, they will be arrested, mark my words, and they will go down for their crimes. Mark my words now, okay? They will both go down. President Trump's going down. I know this for a fact, all right? And I'm talking to a lot of people, you guys. A lot of people. And I'm getting lots of confirmations, so that's the good news. Like, don't give up hope. Don't give up on the plan, President Trump. And don't give up faith in God. Like, don't, like, trust in God. Don't stop praying. Like, keep on praying. Like, God's the one that's going to have the final say here, and he's the one that's in control. And so, you know, as Mark Taylor says, like, don't give into the doom and gloom, and don't give into the fear. You know, have a little faith. So, okay, that's that. Now, in another positive note, actually the rest is positive, so that's good. That's the good news. And not many people caught on to this last night, which surprised me, but Eric Prince is the CEO of Blackwater, all right? Blackwater is a security firm that does security, like major security and major operations around the world. And Eric Prince is the CEO. He's a former Navy SEAL. He's friends with President Trump. Eric Prince is the one that blew the whistle on. He's one of the ones. There was a few people, and most of them were anonymous, but he's one of the ones that blew the whistle on the contents of Anthony Weiner's laptop. The contents on Anthony Weiner's laptop prove that the Clintons are involved in pedophilia and child sex trafficking. All right. He has that intel. He has that information. He has those sources. And Eric Prince also blew the whistle about Hillary going to Epstein's Island. He said that Hillary's been there on several occasions. Now, I don't know who his sources are and what kind of evidence he has. All I know is that he has intel. All right? And he went on Breitbart in 2016 and said, yes, the contents on the Anthony Weiner's laptop prove crimes against children and, you know, sexual abuse of minors and he talked about Epstein's Island. He said Hillary's been there 6 times. We know Bill Clinton's been there over 20 times because of flight logs. There's records of all that. So, and it's interesting. Why aren't there records of Hillary Clinton going? Like, how did she get down there? That'd be interesting to know. If anyone knows that, let me know. Message me. But anyways, okay. So, I didn't know this. He went on Tucker last night, and he said that Mueller requested his devices. And I was like, that's huge, because he has intel about Anthony Weiner's laptop, and he talks to a lot of people, and he knows about Jeffrey Epstein's island. So, of course, there's information on his devices that is going to expose the child sex trafficking, the pizza game, like prove it's real. So the fact that Mueller took over his devices is good, because what people don't understand is Mueller's investigation is not leading to Trump, and it never has been. And that's why it's called a witch hunt. It's leading to the satanic witch, Hillary Clinton. So when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, this is huge. Like, this is really big news. This is good. This is good that Mueller has Eric Prince's, communications. So now how all this is going to unfold, like, I don't know. All I know is that Mueller is working with Trump, and again, I believe there's going to be military tribunals, so I'm not sure how that's actually going to translate. I just know all these people are going down. But the fact that Eric Prince turned over his communications and Mueller has that evidence, that's amazing. And hopefully that evidence will be leaked sooner than later. And by the way, people like, I Facebooked about this last night, and I think tweeted it too. People were messaging me, and they're like, oh, Mueller's going to destroy his phone. I'm thinking, this guy's a Navy SEAL. He's a SEAL. He's a multi-millionaire. This guy's like the man. You really think Eric Prince didn't make a backup of all this stuff? Like, come on, guys. Like, think. Okay, so next I want to talk about Russia, because like so many people don't get what's going on with Russia and Putin and President Trump. I wrote an article at least about a year and a half ago, explaining what's really going on with Trump, Putin, and Russia, and why the deep state fears Russia, why the deep state fears an alliance between Putin and Donald Trump. Our mainstream media, just like they did with Kim Jong-un, have completely lied to us about Vladimir Putin, all right? Vladimir Putin, and I encourage everyone to do this, if you go on YouTube or go on RT.com, pull up his speeches, listen to his speeches, listen to what Putin says, listen to what he says about Syria, listen to the man. Our mainstream media never quotes him accurately. They never tell the truth about him. They never show his speeches. Go on YouTube and find the truth. Putin is against the globalists. Putin is against the pedophile Satanists. Putin speaks out about pedophilia. Did you know in Russia, if you get caught, assaulting, raping a child, you're going to be castrated. He has zero tolerance for pedophilia. He talks about the dangers of the West and how, in the Western governments, they're trying to push the pedophile agenda. He is spot on about that. He's been talking about this for years. He's a Christian man. And yes, I believe he's a good person. We've been lied to about him. I don't believe he's this monster that the mainstream media is paying him out to be. He's a Christian. The bigger the monster the mainstream media paints you to be, you're probably actually a really good person. They prop up a demon like Hillary freaking Clinton, Harvey Weinstein. I mean, Disney hires these sick pedophile, directors. Those are the people they prop up. Look at freaking Joel Davis. The guy was just arrested for trying to rape a 6-month-old baby. These people wanted to give him a Nobel Peace Prize. So if the mainstream media is saying you're a monster, you're probably a saint. Look at Kim Jong-un. We've been lied to about Kim Jong-un. We were led to believe that he's this horrible like Dr. Evil. And all the pictures they released are him looking like Dr. Evil. And then we see video footage of him. He looks like a cuddly panda bear. He's giggling, and his energy is not negative. He's not a brutal dictator. This is a man that was threatened and intimidated by the deep state. I've read that anytime he tried to break away from the deep state, they would kill one of his family members. These people have been prisoners of the deep state, and they're finally free because Trump's freeing them. And That's why Kim Jong-un's so happy. That's why Putin's so happy. Anyways, Putin's against the New World Order. He wants to take on the cabal and pedophile Satanists. So does Trump. These two are the two most powerful men in the world. So them together makes them even more powerful to take down the deep state and the cabal. That is dangerous for the deep state. That's why they hate Russia. So what they did, what the deep state did, the mainstream media did, is they said, okay, here's our plan. We're going to try to take out President Trump and Putin, both of them, with one stone. Kill two birds with one stone by lying and saying that Trump colluded with Russia to rig the election. When the only person that did that was Hillary. Oh my God. But why, it's important to understand why. Like, why are they obsessed with Russia? Because when Putin and Trump get together, it's over for them, and they know that. So it's awesome that President Trump and Putin are getting together. It's awesome that they are allies, and it's awesome that he's coming here this fall. Is it this fall? Oh my gosh, by the way, I love him. I love Vladimir Putin, I'm not gonna lie. I love him, and I love looking at pictures of him riding horses with his shirt off. Anyways, people don't understand this ask about Russia and Putin. Please go on YouTube, listen to his speeches, and get back to me and tell me, does he really sound like the monster that the deep states pay him out to be? And the same thing goes for Assad in Syria. I mean, it's so ridiculous. I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of the lies. All right, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to talk about. I'm exhausted, and I think I need to get offline for the day because I'm so disgusted still by what I saw. Seeing just Tony Podesta's face. Ugh. Okay, Q Anon. This is the last thing I wanted to say. So President Trump was giving a meeting in the cabinet room the other day. I want to say it was like 2-3 days ago, whatever. And the lights went off. And when the lights went off, like, President Trump, cool as a cucumber, not concerned, this is a man that so many people want dead, He wasn't startled at all. Like, he knew that the lights were going to go off, all right? Watch the video. So the lights go off, and he was talking about the intelligence community, and in one of Q's posts, Q wrote, when the lights go off, know that we are in control. Like, don't stress out, don't worry. Know that we are in control. And I thought about it, and I thought about, we haven't seen Q, we haven't seen a post since the 4th of July, and I think that this means that Q's done. Q's done posting. And, hold on, I'm going to pull this up. So I think that the lights going off was President Trump's signal to us to let us know they're in control now. And when he says they're in control now, he means that they've weeded out enough of the bad actors from the clown agency, the deep state, the FBI, the judges, the corrupt judges. I don't think they've gotten rid of all of them, but they've gotten rid of enough of them so that they're in the military too. And the military is overall good, but there's, bad actors have infiltrated everything. That was his signal to us to let us know it's done. It's done. We're going to the next phase of the plan. They're in control now. So at this point, we just need to sit back and enjoy the show. Keep on praying and keep on raising hell and exposing these sicko pedophiles on social media. But I truly believe, you guys, that was President Trump's way of letting us know that Q's done posting, which is really sad because I feel like I just broke up with a boyfriend I didn't want to break up with. Let's see here. I feel like I'm missing something with this. Okay, and then what else happened? Okay, and Q also said that, Q would be hitting the MSM, and a lot of mainstream media outlets have been talking about Q and Pizzagate this week. Oh, and this is another interesting thing, and I'm going to end with this. So funny. So The Onion wrote a piece, you know, The Onion's a satire site. They wrote a piece saying that Mueller's running a sting operation to take down Hillary Clinton's child sex trafficking network. Well, that's true. Like, I believe that. That is almost my exact headline from a story that I wrote in December on my blog, LizCrokin.com. And I was like, that is so interesting. I wonder what this means. And the article's not funny, by the way. It's like, it's not funny. So initially I thought, okay, and all these trolls, and I tweeted about it, and all these trolls, I'm like, wow, like The Onion's actually more honest than like CNN, which in that case, in that article, it is. And I never really read The Onion, by the way. So I'm thinking, okay, this either means that they're like just trying to mock me, and they're trying to brainwash people into thinking that when the major arrests happen, which is coming, it's going to be before November, they're trying to precondition people to think that it's so crazy and ridiculous that it's not true. And that's why they're having The Onion write about it, right? But then the flip side theory is that, no, maybe this is like The Onion's way of letting people like me and like the good guys know that like the gloves are off now. So I'm still on the fence about this, but someone messaged me and pointed out that The Onion was owned by Univision, and they've been under contract with Univision for the past 2 years, and they didn't touch Hillary. They didn't make fun of her at all. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think they did. And the reason why they didn't touch Hillary is because she was under cabal control, and Univision, as we know, is corrupt. And Univision was protecting Hillary Clinton. So the theory is they bought The Onion to keep The Onion from going after Hillary, right? Well, The Onion announced that they're up for sale the day that the Clintons flew commercial. And so I'm thinking, okay, now they're not under cabal control anymore, so maybe they are actually going to start like dropping truth bombs. And like people were messaging me that The Onion actually used to expose the truth, you know, about 9/11 and stuff, like in their articles. And we all know that the Illuminati loves to reveal what they're doing in plain sight, and they love to like reveal truths and like their shows, like, you know, South Park and like The Simpsons, and I mean, like any show actually, like cartoons, TV shows, like, I mean, it's everywhere. You can't get away from it. So I don't know. That was interesting. Maybe you guys want to look into that. So, all right, I need to peace out because I'm just so grossed out by Tony Podesta. I'm gonna do another video. I posted about the theory that JFK Jr. is still alive, and so is Carolyn. And I've actually thought that this is plausible for the past few months, and I didn't write it as fact. I didn't say I think for sure, but I think it's plausible. You know, as someone that wrote a fiction novel and has lived in Hollywood for years and DC, I can assure you that truth is always stranger than fiction. Actually, when I was writing my fiction book, the parts that were true, I had to tone down. And my editor actually didn't even know that my book was inspired by true events. And my editor said, you have to tone this down because even though your book is going to be fiction, truth is stranger than fiction. And in a fiction book, you have to tone down the truth to make it more believable. And that's what's done. That's what, like, when novelists write fiction stories and, you know, when these creepy pedophile, like, filmmakers make films, they actually, like, water down what's really going on. That's a fact, okay? So anyways, I put that theory out there and just said, hey, I think this is interesting. And, like, immediately I was attacked. Immediately there was a hit piece written about me. And I was like, oh, like, the fact that happened, that tells me there's something to this. Whenever they attack, they only attack on the stuff when you're over the target, right? Pizzagate, JFK Jr., Q Anon. So that's that. So anyways, I might do a video tomorrow talking about JFK Jr. because there's so much circumstantial evidence suggesting that he could be alive. And oh my God, how amazing would that be, you guys? If him and Carolyn popped up alive. I mean, can you imagine faking your own death to escape assassination by the Clinton cabal and then coming back on the scene 20 years later, avenging your dad's death, plotting with President Trump to take down these pedophile Satanists, avenging your dad's murder. I shouldn't say death, murder. I mean, that, you know, and hiding out for 20 years, the love of your life. It's like the most amazing romantic thing I've ever heard. So anyways, so that's all I got for now. And again, as always, you guys check out my Twitter and my Facebook page and my Instagram page for regular updates. And I hope you guys all have a good weekend.